Today's video is sponsored to you by EA. We're going to be talking about some of the essential features in MUT 24, including packs, strategy items, and the specialist screen. What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 24 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over some essential features to building your Ultimate Team in MUT 24. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for MUT 24 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your Ultimate Team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So we got some tips for all of you beginners in Ultimate Team this year on some features that you can utilize to build your Ultimate Team, and it's all going to start with the lineup screen, which you can find right on the play tab. You can see here, if we go to lineup, you're going to see my current team at a 74 overall, and some of it's pretty straightforward, right? You got your offense, you got your defense, you got your special teams, but you also have the specialists and strategy tabs, and these can help you build your lineup. And it's a little bit more advanced for beginners, but they're definitely ways to make your team better and increase your chances at winning games. So let's start with the strategy tab first. There's a lot going on here, and some of it we can kind of point out, but we can't demonstrate because the game just came out and some of these items are not available. But it all starts with your playbooks, right? What do you do on offense? What do you run on defense? When you first load into the game, it's going to ask you who your favorite team is, and by default, you're going to get the playbooks for that team. Now, if you ever want to make changes, and you can see I did here, we have the Eagles defense, but the Jets offense, you can obtain offensive and defensive strategy items, offensive and defensive playbooks a few different ways. So you can always buy them off of the auction house, and the other option is via item sets, and there's a brand new set in the game which can not only get you playbooks but other base team items for your lineup. So if you go to your item sets and scroll towards the bottom here, you're going to see a base team item set. So this requires 3 golds of any overall between 70 and 79. If you can, I would try to shoot for the lower overall cards. It doesn't make sense to put a 79 into the set when a 70 or 71 is usually going to be a little bit cheaper. So you can go that route. But if you put those 3 items into this set, in return, you're going to get a fantasy pack that gives you your choice of a coach, a stadium, or playbooks on offense and defense. So if you're trying to get any of those items on your team, this is a good set. And of course, the alternative, like I mentioned, is going on the auction house and purchasing these with coins. But this is a good set to get your pick of a coach, a stadium, or an offensive and defensive playbook. Once you obtain those playbooks, whichever way you do it, you can head back over to your lineup, go to the strategy tab, and put them where you see them on my screen. There's also strategy items that can improve the overalls or the attributes on players on your team. So I don't have any to show you just yet. We'll show you a couple ways that you can earn these, but you have ones that will impact your offense, your defense. When we get new promos, sometimes they put out strategy items that will impact players from that very specific promo. So hypothetically, there would be a headliner's strategy item, and that would give +1 of certain attributes to all headliners items on your team. There's also a team affinity one. So if I, for example, got a Eagles strategy item, it would boost certain attributes on all of the players who have Eagles chemistry on my team. And then the new one is a coach, which I don't know what it does just yet, I'll be honest. So more news to come from that. I don't see anywhere where you can purchase these directly for coaching specifically, but there is a pack that you can earn every day by doing your daily objectives that will give you 1 random strategy item. So if you go into your Season 1 Field Pass and go through the objectives, this time specifically the stats section in Ultimate Team, it says complete all 3 daily objectives. So your daily objectives will be found in the daily tab. You can see here was complete 10 passes, complete 20 passes, and then score 8 touchdowns. Once you complete all 3 of those, you're going to earn a quick sell pack, or it looks like 10,000 coins this time, and a random strategy item. So that could end up being a team strategy item, an offense, a defense, and potentially one of those new coach strategy items. If you go to select offers within the store, there is a pack that you can purchase at any time and has no limit for 7,500 coins that will give you one random strategy item, common or better, common being the lowest tier, legendary being the highest tier. And once you again obtain one of these items, whether it's through the pack or your daily objectives, you can head back on over to that same lineup screen and place those items in the appropriate place. To the left of the strategy tab in your lineup is the specialist screen, and this one can provide a lot of versatility within your lineup. So let's start at the top. You have your third down running back and then your power back. A lot of times you might have a speedier running back who's better at pass catching. This is a good opportunity to put that player in as the third down running back, where they will come into the game mostly in shotgun formations and pretty much always third downs. The power back is a great example here with Frank Gore, is usually a player that might be a little bit more slow but is better at getting those short yardage situations. A lot of times if you have two different players in these lineup screens, the power back will be in all of the under center formations. So it just adds, like I said, versatility to your lineup. The slot receiver is exactly what it says. If you have a wide receiver who plays in the slot, whatever formation you go into, whatever player you have in this spot on your lineup, they will play as the slot receiver in, again, any formation on the field. For the bottom half of the specialist screen, your RLE, which is your rush left end, and your RRE, which is your rush right end, basically are going to be your players on the defensive line that line up on the left and right side on the edge. So you can always put defensive ends there by default. You can also put outside linebackers. A lot of time you'll see an outside linebacker that's a really good pass rusher, and if you want to make sure that they're on the field all the time in that left or right end position, this is where you would place them on the specialist screen. Same thing with defensive tackles. RDT is going to be for defensive tackles. So if you have maybe a defensive end like an Aaron Donald, who sometimes is better suited as a defensive tackle in the middle of that defensive line, you can place them essentially out of position on the screen, but they will line up the way that you want them to line up along the defensive line. The SLCB slot is for slot cornerback. So if you primarily run like a nickel defense, which has two cornerbacks on each side of the field, left and right side, the third cornerback would play the slot. SLCB number 1 would always line up in that slot spot. And if you run a dollar formation or something that has 4 cornerbacks on the field, 2 on the outside and essentially 2 on the inside, that would be SLCB number 2. So again, it's just a way to customize the way your players line up on the field given whatever defensive formations you come out in. And then finally we have sub linebacker, which is something extremely popular to put safeties in this position. This would take them out of their normal spot on the field where they usually play, high safety and pass coverage, and put them in the linebacker spot, which allows them normally to be more playmakers, right? Safeties get better animations for interceptions. A lot of times they're faster than linebackers. A lot of times they have a higher hit power. And a great example here, right, is that we can go to our sub linebacker spot number 1, and I can take strong safety Cameron Curl and I can put him here. So now when I come out in either a nickel or a dollar formation, instead of Cam Curl, lining up at the top or the high part of the defense, he's going to be down in the box playing middle linebacker, and it's a great opportunity to user control that player to try to get interceptions and make plays. We will close out this video by discussing the difference between a fantasy pack and a regular pack. So there's a lot of different ways you can obtain packs, and we showed you field passes earlier in the video where you can earn coins, players, and packs for free. There's also packs in stores that will cost Madden points, which is the equivalent to money or coins or training. But really, I just want to give you an example or show you the difference between a standard pack and a fantasy pack. So if I go over to select offers, we have this Star Elite pack, and it's going to contain 170 plus overall gold player, 176 plus gold player, and then 180 plus elite player. This is a standard pack. It's titled Star Elite pack, but it's not a fantasy pack, meaning that it's going to give you those items that it describes cards here. We also have a Max Fantasy Pack, and if you read the description on this one, it's going to say it contains your choice of 3 of 5 70-plus gold players, and then your choice of 3 out of 4 73-plus gold players. So this pack basically has 2 rounds where it's going to give you a bunch of different options, and you get to pick 3 of the 5 options it gives you in the first round, and then the second round it's going to give you 4 more options, and you get to pick 3 out of those 4 options. You usually want to take the higher overall cards in any situation, but we're going to go ahead and open up one of each of these packs to show you the difference. We will start with the Star Elite pack, which again is not a fantasy pack, so if I remember the description correctly, it's basically going to give us 3 cards here. So we get a 73 overall, the second card is going to be another gold card, and it's going to be Jordan Stout. The third item in this pack should be an elite item, and let's hope it's something good. It's Sadie Aluakin, and 83 overall. So the Star Elite pack, which is a non-fantasy pack, we get 3 items. They're all ours to keep. The Max Fantasy pack is the one that should give us the 2 different rounds, and we're going to have various choices. These are a lot more fun to open up, and you know, a lot of times can result in very good items within the pack. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through them here, and you can see in that first round we got 4 out of the 5 were gold cards, but we did get 1 elite. So you can see towards the upper left it says round 1 of 2, and then picks remaining this round. So I would suggest in most cases to take the higher overall items. So of course we're going to take Kenny Moore. We're going to take this guy's name who I can't pronounce because he's a 77 overall. And then we have our choice between 170 and 271s. Maybe your favorite team's the Titans, or maybe your favorite team's the Chiefs. You might want to pick it in that case. I'm just going to go ahead with this guy. It'll give you this message to make sure you want to go ahead. You can click no and change your mind here, but we're going to go ahead and continue on to the next round. And now you can see it says round 2 of 2, picks remaining in this round 3. So we will, unveil the 4 options that we have within this second round. And again, we're going to take the higher overall items. We have 2 73s to decide. So one more time, it's up to you on which one you might want to pick there. We'll go ahead with Kevin Strong. We get the confirmation. Are you sure you want to do that? And there it is. That's the difference between a standard pack and a fantasy pack. Hopefully these things helped you out if you're a beginner in Madden Ultimate Team. And I do thank you for tuning into another video. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.